Hello, today we talk about how to value your patent portfolio. So there are several methods used to value patent portfolio. The first is the cost approach. This method values the IP based on the cost of creating or acquiring it, and so this obviously is a very low valuation methodology. Then the second approach is the market approach. And basically, we would take comparable transactions on the market and apply that valuation to a similar IP. So let's say, I guess about a decade ago, Google acquired the Motorola, and mainly for patents, and then for the mobile phone product sales. So Google then in turn they acquired for, I believe, around 10 billion, and then they in turn dispose of sold the patent that they don't intend to use, sold it to another organization. And so when you see that somebody acquired the wireless portfolio for a certain amount of money, then you can one way to measure that is you take the portfolio divided by the number of patents, and then you can say, okay, on average, this is what a patent in the mobile communication space is worth. So that's called the market approach. There's also the income approach, and so patents are valuable because they maintain exclusivity for your product, and so that exclusivity then results in the income, or the net, basically the EBITDA that you earn because of the exclusivity provided by the patent umbrella. So what you do is you take the EBITDA, and then you do a discounted cash flow value of that, and that's the income approach to patent valuation. And you take the income that is proportional to the well, I guess you have to subtract it off from the income if it weren't for the patent protection, and then the difference would be the valuation of the patent portfolio based on the income approach. There is the royalty method. And in this method, if you had to pay royalty, a license to somebody to be able to make your product, then that cost that you save from paying royalty is the value of the patent. So for example, let's say if 5% is a royalty rate, you would take that, multiply it by your sales of the product, and then do a discounted cash flow analysis, and that's the royalty method. And then there's also the option pricing method, and this method values the IP as if it were a financial option, taking into account factors such as the expected life of the IP and the likelihood of commercial success. And the Black-Scholes model can be used for option pricing analysis. So that's a little bit on the patent valuation. Now let's talk about trademark valuation. So the valuation of a trademark can be affected by brand recognition, the length of use, the scope of the use, the market share that you achieve with the brand, and the licensing and royalty potential. And of course, all this is overlaid by the quality of the trademark. So, for example, certain brand names such as, let's say, Apple or McDonald's or Google, those are very high quality trademark, and versus, let's say, the trademark that's derived by a restaurant that names perhaps very close to a fanciful name, to a generic name. So for example, the cow burger or something like that can be argued to be somewhat very close to generic type. Those are the main type of valuation, and of course then we would have copyright valuation and trade secret valuations, and these we can use similar approach to value trademark, trade secret and copyright. And so the key to all of this is to increase the maximum value of the patent. You need to have a way to build your portfolio in a cost-effective manner. And so this then depends on the lawyers that you use, on how. So you want to pick a firm with low overhead cost, i.e., a firm that doesn't have the overhead cost of 1,000 attorney firms. You also need a firm that utilizes their technology stack to generate your patent or your intellectual property inexpensively. And so that's the one thing that Patent PC strives to do, is to do things very efficiently and with low overhead costs, and we pass the savings on to you. So if you're looking for to increase your patent valuation, you want to build a high quality portfolio at the lowest possible cost, and that's what we strive to do. So please give us a call or email us at btran@patentpc.com, and we look forward to talking with you.